An Israeli strike near Gaza City's Al-Shifa hospital has targeted and killed a group of 4 Al Jazeera journalists and an assistant. The attack has been condemned by journalists and rights groups. Among those killed is Anas al-Sharif, a prominent correspondent. He was previously part of a Reuters team which won a Pulitzer Prize in 2024 for its coverage of the war in Gaza. Al-Sharif had been threatened by the Israeli military, which accused him of being the leader of a Hamas cell, posing as a journalist. The IDF posted what it says are documents showing a connection between al-Sharif and Hamas. Now, these have not been independently verified. Both al-Sharif and his network have long rejected Israel's accusations. Now, before this attack, UN Special Rapporteur Irene Khan said Israel's claims against al-Sharif were unsubstantiated. And I am joined now by Martin Roux, who's head of the crisis desk at Reporters Without Borders. Thanks so much for being with us, Martin.
Thank you.
Can I start by asking you, Reporters Without Borders is calling the killing of these journalists murder. Can you explain to us, how are you justifying this term?
We use this term because actually the Israeli army is claiming the responsibility of this targeted strike against a journalist. And what we're seeing now is a scenario that we sadly already know, because we've already seen it almost a year ago on July 31st. The Israeli army killed Ismail al-Roux, another prominent Al Jazeera correspondent, and claimed the responsibility for this attack, accusing the journalist of being a terrorist. So we're seeing the same scenario again, with evidence that are not solid. And so that's why we use this term, and that's why we call for the international community to react very strongly to this killing.
Martin, you said that Israel has presented what it's calling evidence of alleged links between Anas al-Sharif and Hamas. They claim to show documents that have Anas al-Sharif's name on it. These are Hamas-related documents, they say. And the IDF says these were found in Gaza. So what is your reaction to this evidence that Israel says it is presenting?
We say again that this evidence are not proving any link between Anas al-Sharif and Hamas, and also this so-called links were denied by Al Jazeera network. And what we're seeing now is, again, something that we've seen before, is a smear campaign targeting a journalist working in very harsh conditions in the Gaza Strip. A smear campaign in order to justify the killing of a journalist. And Anas al-Sharif, was, of course, a prominent Al Jazeera journalist, but he was also the voice of the suffering imposed by the Israeli army to the Palestinian population of Gaza. He was also the face of this population for the rest of the world. So targeting him with a smear campaign to justify his killing is just another aspect of the media blockade that is put in place by Israel. This media blockade has several realities. This is, of course, targeting Palestinian journalists. I must, of course, remind you this horrific number that already 200 Palestinian journalists have been killed by the Israeli army in the Gaza Strip in this 21-month conflict. But also they're refusing the international press to access independently the Gaza Strip.
As you say, 200 Palestinian journalists have been killed in Gaza. We know that no international journalists are allowed to enter and report in Gaza independently. Talk to us about what that means for an accurate picture of the situation in Gaza being provided to the world.
This media blockade is actually preventing journalism to do its work in the Gaza Strip, because we have very talented Palestinian journalists working on the ground in really harsh conditions, but they're constantly targeted Israeli propaganda in order to make their voice not heard from the rest of the world. And this media blockade refusing the access to the international press to the Strip, and all that put together is actually preventing the atrocities committed on the ground to reach the international audience, or perhaps not in a way that is strong enough. And we launched, in June, a call for the protection of Palestinian journalists in Gaza, but also for the international press to access the Strip, and including in the international press, the Israeli press, because I think this is very important that the Israeli audience and citizens see what their army is committing in their name in the Gaza Strip. So this, again, this new killing led by the Israeli army against a journalist has this time to provoke a very strong international reaction, starting with an emergency meeting of the UN Security Council on the basis of the resolution on the protection of journalists in armed conflict.
Martin Roux from Reporters Without Borders, thank you so much for your time today.